I'm Scott L. Miller. This is Sheep Guarding Llama for the 31st of December 2019, the last day of 2019, the last day of the 20 teens. Tomorrow will be the Roaring 20s, or 100 years since the Roaring 20s. So today is Tuesday, and like every Tuesday, it was a work day, and not a very quiet one, actually. So I had a pretty busy day of working, although by the end of the day, one of the nice things about going into a holiday is that generally things get really slow towards the end of the day, and we were able to wrap up and kind of take it easy, more or less. So by about 7 o'clock, I was able to knock off and actually be done working for the evening. For the most part, I had a few things that kept going on, but they were pretty light. I was able to walk into the other room and do it, and whatever. So it wasn't too bad. So I'm actually recording this, as I often do, the day after, and it's been a busy day. I had no time to do it during daylight, so you get me with a spotlight on my face. This is the best possible lighting for making me look attractive, of course. It's an LED spotlight in the backyard. This is where I normally sit to do it, and Mia is running around behind me in the yard, but you can't see her because she's out there in the darkness. Maybe you can just make her out somewhere. I don't even know where she is. Somewhere. It's pretty dark. I really wish we had more lights in the backyard. Oh, there she is. There she goes. Just a little bit of Mia. She found a board to chew. My regular viewers know that the dog chews a board. Anyway, so it was a pretty low-key day. The big thing of the day is that Paul went out first thing this morning, managed to sell his Ford F-150. He had a 2014 black giant Ford F-150 with a crew cab. It was pretty nice as those things go, but let me tell you, every time we had to drive it somewhere, first of all, the gas mileage is terrible, of course, and it's huge. Parking's terrible, fitting down the road's terrible, just everything. It sucks. It's not fun to get in and out of. Nothing is fun about it, right? But it was handy. We were able to move people here. We were able to move Paul down. He was able to haul his side-by-side Can-Am around. We moved Rachel in it. Like, we got lots of use out of it during the time he had it here, and I've driven it a lot. But he sold it because it was time to get out from under that disaster, right? Just not a practical vehicle in any way. So he now has a Ford Explorer 2016, 40,000 fewer miles, red, small, comfortable, practical. So that was a lot of the day he was out doing that while I was working. And then, of course, Dominican, the kids are still in Houston. They will be there for another couple days. And tonight, no New Year's plans. None at all. It was here's Mia. She's got a ball she wants to play. But she doesn't give you the ball. She just wants to squeak it at you and let you know that she found it. So tonight, the only thing, I made myself some like veggie burgers or something. Must have been chicken patties. That, like, it, right? Fed myself. That was my only meal for the day. Didn't get to eat until after 7 o'clock at night. There we go. Send her out running into the darkness with the ball. And then pretty late, just before 10 o'clock, Paul and I ran out to Sonic and got ice cream because we were just feeling in the mood. So some ice cream and mozzarella sticks, and that was the only thing I had other than two veggie burgers things all day. She's out of control. I can't see her. And we watched some show on Columbia, some documentary on biodiversity in the jungle, and then we watched Paul Hollywood. This is a Netflix series. It has 3 episodes. Paul Hollywood's Great European Road Trip or something like that, and it was actually pretty good. They do 3 countries. He does a road trip, 6 days in Italy, 6 days in Germany, 6 days in France, and drives local cars and talks about car history and racing history and the country and the people and engineering, and it's a good show. Netflix makes it. It's one of those, like, it kind of reminds you of normal reality TV where they do those things, but it's Netflix. It's shot well with a nice crew and good camera. It's well produced. It's not annoying. Like, it's a good host that you like the host, and the subject is, talking about cars while driving around Europe. How could you go wrong, right? Like, it's nice views, it's nice cars, it's interesting. So I was pretty happy with that as a find. I hope they make more than 3 episodes. It's for Netflix, it's probably pretty profitable. It's not the kind of show that costs an awful lot to produce, and it produces some entertaining quality television. So that's my recommendation for the day, is watching that. Paul went to bed early, somewhere around 10:30, right after we had ice cream. I stayed up until a little bit after midnight so I could keep working. That was about it. It was a very just work and stay home, have ice cream, watch Netflix kind of day. I did end up finishing that Paul Hollywood series tonight. or nearly finished it. I'm not sure I completely finished France. Paul only watched Italy before going to bed, and that's really it. I can't believe that is New Year's Eve, but something about being 43. New Year's Eve is not a big deal. It's not something you stay up for. It's not something you write home about, and I will be working tomorrow because it's not like I get the day off just because it's a holiday. Everyone else is off, so I need to be covering. I need to cover the phones. I got tickets to do. I have loads of work to catch up on. So just a full day of work for me, but hopefully one without the phones ringing, and I don't need to manage people. So that allows me to be a little bit more productive. That's it. That is the news for the final day of 2019. Hopefully 2020 will be a year where I manage to keep up on sheepguardingllama.com every day and manage to have one of these every day. I'm going to try my best. 2018 and 19 were pretty rough years from just so busy and so much going on and stress and all that stuff. And 2020 starts so much new. I just realized that the dog is now chewing the tire of a lawnmower. She's a train wreck, that dog. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2020. And looking forward to seeing what the new year brings.